Evening everybody, evening, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a new one for you tonight. We've got the MDCC, or the Manufacturers Dual Class Championship. So the races over the weeks will split between GR3 and GR4. So yeah, we start tonight. We are in the GR4s tonight at Blue Moon Bay. So if we just flick over to the other page, here we go. We can have a bit of a shufty at what's going on. So, lobby settings. We've got racing super softs to racing hards can be used. Tyre wear ×5. Fuel depletion is at ×4. Boost is off. Grid starts is on for race 1 at least. Slipstream strength is real. Mechanical damage is heavy, so that does mean trips to the pits if they do pick up damage. Full tank of fuel, no driving aids, normal grip. Must use. They've got to use medium tyres for at least one full lap in race 1. 2 compounds must be used as well in all races, apart from the 15-minute sprint races. So it is a 2-format race. If you look on the right-hand side, we had the Pro-Ams running yesterday. This is the pros you're watching tonight. Evening number 1 pops. Hope you're doing okay. Again in the GR4s tonight. Blue Moon infield A track. 10-minute qualification, 30-minute endurance race, and then we swap over to the sprint race, which is a 15-minute race. Reverse grid rolling start for that one. No fuel wear or tyres on for that. Oh, that's the wrong one. What are you doing? So obviously no scores because it's a brand new championship. So we'll jump straight into the merch. Still got t-shirts and stickers available, people. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com. Should you want any of those, let me know. All right, into tonight then. Let's have a look who we've got in the room. I'm not sure if oh yes, qualifying's begun, so we'll be quick. They've only got 10 minutes. So we've got Millerman, we've got Lobby Host, G Marge is in the house, evening G Marge, Green Mamba's in the house as well, Sean 2284, WPR Riley, WPR Speedy, WPR Miggins, D.90, Britsburger, Trucks B, Offskis 42, DDR Hatterlad, BBR Sir Ian, and BBR Chad as well. So qualifier underway. Let's get ourselves in. Turn the usual nonsense on for you lot. So still on outlaps. GR4 Jaguar for Millerman. I'm not sure if they've got all individual teams or whether they are in pairs. Let's have a couple of Corvettes. There's an Aston. Another Corvette. No, I think it's free choice then. It must be a free choice of car, possibly. Mercedes. Toyotas, yeah, okay, right, here we go then. Start of the hot laps. Let's go for a bit of an onboard lap with Mr. Millerman into turn 1 then. Through the kink, off the main circuit, onto this infield section. Back onto the main circuit. You can see the great big kick it gives these cars. A little bit easier to control than the GR3s around this very same circuit. Through turn 2 though, into turn 3, hard on the brakes into turn 4. Don't want to be running it out wide onto that grass. Lose a lot of speed down this straight towards the hairpin. Little kink through to the left. Evening Scott, Dobson and McGill, two Scots in the house. Into the hairpin then again. Easy to lose places if people decide to throw one up the inside there. Into this double apexed almost hairpin at the end. And then run down this short little straight onto the final corner, and then it's pretty much the start-finish straights. It is back onto the full-size circuit of Blue Moon. A little bit high there for Millerman. Not going full tilt. Someone's saying they're glitching in the chat. No game sound. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why. Because I need to do that, don't I? Now you can hear it. Yeah, apologies. I've for some reason, since reinstalling my graphics, my Elgato card, it wants to play the sound through everything. I can't seem to turn it off. So please, yes, tell me that you can hear the cars now. I've just turned up the desktop audio because for some reason I can only get it to play through the bloody desktop audio. That's it. There you go. Thank you, Scott. Who are we with? We are with Millerman, who's in the pits. We don't want that. A lot of drivers in the pits. What has happened here then? We're getting booted out. All exit. Alright. Go for a restart. Do we have people glitching and stuck in the... Stuck in the pits, maybe? We've got lobby glitches tonight. There's only G Marge out on... Oh, okay. I think that's what we're waiting for it to be cancelled before we could restart. Ah, there you go. Had a lad in the chat just saying there was a glitch. Yeah, like I say, for some reason with this, since I tried to stick in the new 4K 60 frames a second super snazzy card in, but for some reason it doesn't want to pick up any damn thing, PS4 or PS5. So I've had to go back to the old card, and for some reason it's thrown all my sound in the bin. And yeah, unfortunately I have to turn down the desktop audio, otherwise you hear it through all the intros, and then yeah, I forget to turn it back up when the actual race starts. Apologies. Vroom vroom evening. Talk to me about having a good one. Lots should be having a good one. So 12 drivers in the room. Qualifier just starting now then. 10 minutes, we'll try again. Chad. BBR, so Ian just saying Chad's restarting. So, yeah, I'm having lobby issues tonight. That's a lad getting his drift on. So it looks like we've all got to leave again. Chad's back in the room. Hopefully his connection's a bit stronger. Again, we've just got to wait for this qualifying session to restart now. Let's hope Chad is able to... I'm not sure whether he couldn't get in the lobby or whether he couldn't get out the pits. Quali cancelled again. I don't need to red X because I'm not going. Let's just see, do we get everybody out? Okay, 14 drivers. Chad is driving. Everybody else moving? No. D. Brisberger and Chad is still in the Bay. Both of those two making a move. Hopefully, we've got this one working. Okay, so everybody on track, qualifying just about to get underway. Unfortunately, this is where it can cause issues when the sort of restarts happen. Let's see if we get all the drivers pulling out on track. Chad's moving. Ian's moving. Everybody's moving. We might be in luck here. On board with Chad while he follows Sir Ian round. Again, a lot of drivers I've not seen race, so I've no idea how good they are. Millerman I've seen a few races of. D-Dot obviously. Miggins I've seen quite a bit of. G-Marge, plenty of G-Marge. Almost too much. Love you, George. Doing okay so far. BBR teammates. Right, so they do get to start their hot laps now then. That first turn. Mitsubishi not too far back either. So is it teams? Because Miggins is also in a Jag. But it is a Millerman who's way off from the rest of the pack at the minute during this little short qualifying session. So it's only 10 minutes, we're 2 minutes in already. Out lap done, hot laps underway now. Millerman just catching a bit of grass through there. What's that going to do for his lap times? Long straight then, comes up to the line, puts in 1:14.1 for Millerman. Number comes across the line, takes that position off of him. D-Dot comes through faster, Hatterlad comes through faster, there's a few drivers as well. Sean 2284, Trucks B, Speedy, G-Marge. And Ian have both come through as well, but it is Trucks B on pole position at the minute. He's got himself where's his time? 1:12.5 so far in the Mercedes. Can he hold on to it? 7 minutes left of this qualifying session. They are still pretty close together. Hopefully they don't have any collisions. They'll be using each other for a bit of a tow session for sure. BBR teammates are doing alright, straight into second and third on the grid so far. South Africans. Decent looking liveries as well on the Toyotas. Sean into fourth then with, what's he got time-wise, 1:12.9 for Sean. Again, GR4 versions of these cars, not the GR3s. Drivers now going quicker. Hatterlad, missed D-Dot, gets himself back up to fourth with a 1:12.8, also in a Corvette. Hatterlad fifth. He's in the Aston, he's got a 1:12.9. Sean, we were just on board with 1:12.9 as well. G-Marge gets pushed down to 7th then, 1:13.3 for his fastest in the Lexus. Speedy with the Corvette, 1:13.5. Tarnowski's 10th. 1:13.6. Tail happy car in the background. Green Mamba, he's got a 1:14.0 at the minute in the Mitsubishi. Millerman pushing all the way down to 12th at the minute, 1:14.1. Riley 13th, 1:14.2, and Miggins at the back of the pack, 1:15.5. Britzberger now at the top, 1:12.0 for Britzberger in the Aston. Half a second quicker than Truxby's fastest time. Still pushing a little bit wide through there. We'll stick with current pole sitter. So out on the racing super softs for qualifying. I would expect all drivers to be on the super softs, but all mediums on for Chad. Fair and for Sir Ian. And for D-Dart, so a few guys qualifying on the mediums. Does the law state you have to qualify on the tyre? Sorry, start the race on the tyres you qualified on? Oh dear. Let's not do that halfway through the race. The PlayStation does not do that. Taking time with Burger. Truxby still out on track then. Just goes across the line there with 1:12.5, so stays in second. Chad and Sir Ian back out on track on a fresh set of racing super softs. Let's see if they can take those two little Toyotas into first and second with that fresh set of boots on. Getting some decent lap times with the medium tyres on. Jump straight from mediums onto the supers. Still Britzberger on pole position. So lap's now done with the fresh tyres on for Sir Ian and Chad. Come back to their lap times. D-Dot then into 5th. And a few Corvettes being used in the GR4s. Yeah, so that is the rule then, Drag Fury, that they, whatever tyres they qualify on, they have to start the race on, yeah? That's around 6, he's coming in the pits, got some fresh set of boots on, not happy with that 6th position. Millerman moves up the field a little bit. Just over a second out of his previous time, 1:12.9 for him, 7th place. Shaw gets pushed down to 8th for the time being, just coming up towards the line though, we'll stick with him. Sean, he does just move up into 4th, come straight back down, and it is. The South African wonders that have come through 1st and 2nd on that fresh set of super softs. 11.5 then for Sir Ian, and a 1:11.9 for Chad. What is it? Syrian and Chad. As in the countries, Syrian and Chad. Syria. Britzberger then gets nudged down to 3rd position. The Toyotas coming in hard then. G Marge into 4th position. He's got himself a 1:12.2 in the Lexus. Some delivery as well on that. Speedy up into 5th. We've got a 1:12.2. B then from pole into 6th position. Oh, that'd be cheating, wouldn't it? You know, I do try and sort of semi-police this stuff, but it's not really my position to call drivers out on cheating. This is going to be final laps pretty much. A couple of drivers might get another go. We've only got 15 seconds left on the clock. Oski's parked up. Oh! Chad goes firing into the wall, torpedo style. He's pulled over as well. They're both happy with their laps. Britzberger now out on track, bit of free air in front of him as well. Let's see if he can do anything with that. G Marge 4th then. Speedy 5th at the minute. Trucks in 6th again. We've got this final lap to go. Just coming up to the line now for Sean D-Dot and Riley. Come through. Let's have a quick look. So it is Ian still on pole. It is Chad in 2nd. Hatalad's got himself a 3rd position on the grid with a 1:11.9. Britzberger coming up to the line. What can he put in? It's not going to be quick enough. That's a 1:12.1. So he holds on to 4th then, Britzberger. G Marge into 5th, Speedy 6th, Truxby 7th, Miggins in 8th, so going quicker again right at the end of quali. Sean into 9th, Riley 10th, D-Dot 11th, Green Mamba in 12th, Millerman 13th, and Offskis in 14th position. That is your grid lineup. So it's a half an hour endurance race here at Blue Moon Bay. And then we go for a reverse grid, rolling start, 15-minute sprint race, same circuit. Two Toyotas then lining up on the first row of the grid. Can they make good use of the speed they'd obviously found in qualifier? Keep themselves at the front of this pack. Let's have a look. 30 minutes on the clock. See a light. They're away now. It's not a great start from BBR Ian. He's pulling over, but he's got drivers sweeping up the inside of him. Hatalad's going through. G Marge is following him. Speedy's gone around the outside as well. Push back a fair amount then, the Toyotas off the line. Here's Hatalad out front, off the grid. By Speedy, Trucks right behind him, G Marge then 4th position, Chad, oh, Riley gets it wrong through turn 2, there he goes, G Marge 4th, BBR Sir Ian looking to go around the outside to the inside of the hairpin, Chad is right there with him, G Marge holds on to that 4th, Chad trying to run around the outside of Miggins. The inside line through the next corner. Miggins loses out then down to 7th, sorry. Sean in 8th, under pressure from Britzberger trying to run around the outside. He's also under pressure from D-Dot. He's under pressure from Green Mamba. Offskis just a second back, sorry, 0.6 of a second back. Millerman a second back from this fight. And Riley, after seeing him get torpedoed into the wall at turn 2, 15 seconds back and carrying all the damage. So a trip to the pits for Riley, unfortunately. That means he's going to spend a long time in the pits getting repaired. So top 3, Hatalad, Trucks and Speedy. Pulled a bit of a gap from the Toyotas. They have managed to get G Marge squeezed in between those two as well. Lads leads as a trio for how much longer though. Trucks Speed has a look at the inside of the hairpin, gets to drive out into this next corner. Hatalad's got the inside line, but can Trucks carry the speed? Hatter holds onto it. Oh, he's looking back up the inside down towards the final turn. He backs off though. Can't go too wide through there without causing some kind of incident. Speedy hangs on, looking for a way through. The gap between the top 3 and everybody else just stretching a little bit up to the second. Alexis using that slipstream to get over the inside of the Toyota into turn 1. Is he able to carry the speed on the way out? No, BBR Ian has managed to keep that accelerator pressed down just that little bit longer. G-March goes a tiny bit wide through there, dips a wheel on the grass. Oh, just manages to hold on to it, loses a place to Chad, also loses another place to Sean, who manages to sneak through. Higgins as well, so just losing that little bit of speed for G-March. It's caused him to lose a couple of positions there. He's under threat from Pittsburgher as well, who just goes through at the hairpin. Tiny little mistakes cost G-March an awful lot of time. Trucks B has managed to squeeze his way past Hattelad though at the front. Half a second gap. Ian Trav 3-1-53, all giving all the drivers a bit of good luck, especially the DDR drivers. Hatter looking for that toe then. Trucks goes to the inside through turn 1. Can Hattelad sweep back around the inside towards turn 2? No. Speedy dropped back a little bit as well, 0.7 of a second. Coming under increased threat from those two Toyotas, which have managed to hang on to this top 3. And then there's a gap back to the 6th position, Sean, and everybody else behind. Hattelad still on the hunt back for this first position, then Trucks B holding on to it for now. Speedy now got a mirror full of dark blue Toyotas. Goes a little, I thought he got a little bit deep through there, but he catches the second apex nicely. Still losing time to the top 2 though. Now, Hatter got the turner speed on the Mercedes down the straight. Can he use the toe? Gap coming down, 0.2 of a second. Trucks has gone inside slightly. Where's Hatter going to go? They're going to bump draft to try and just stretch that gap out between themselves and Speedy. Speedy got Toyotas all over him at the minute. Come around the outside, where have you gone? Not quite able to carry the speed this time for BBR Sir Ian. Chad is still lurking in the background as well, nice and tight through there for Chad, brings himself right back into this fight. Top 2 still just 1.2 seconds up the road. And it is Trucks B now got a second over Hattelad. Mercedes got a slightly better top end, is it? Is it a slight mistake from Hattelad? Oh, under pressure now then. Speedy's got a Toyota up the inside into this final turn. He's had to back off and almost takes out the teammate Chad as well. Chad now looking at the inside of Ian for that position. And gets it. Speedy loses out both of those positions, then down to 5th. Hanging on to that slipstream of these two. Sean then in 6th position. He's now got a bit of a gap behind him as well to Britzberger in 7th, a second between those two, just 1.1 between himself and Higgins as well. D-Dot on the inside. Higgins is going to carry the speed on the way out though. G-March down to 10th. Mistake has cost him dearly then. Hanging on to the back end of D-Dot at the minute. This is where we saw him get it a little bit wrong. 11 off skis all over the rear wing of that Jaguar. Yeah, let's go through the hairpin. Nice and tight though for off skis. Different line on the way in. Does it benefit off skis? Slightly better run out, but not enough to get to the inside of Millerman for the run into the final turn. 13th, 2.5 seconds back. Oh, scrapes into the wall on the last corner as well. It's going to slow him down a little bit more. And then Riley, back out the pits, picked up damage early on in the race. Lap 1, I think. Had to come in the pits to get that repaired. had that repaired, but unfortunately he's now 37.8 seconds back. Still Trucks B leading. Hatterlad still right there with him. Toyotas they have Ian and Chad now 2.2 seconds back from that top two fight. Speedy still trying to hang on in there for fifth. Toyotas doing right, they're just pulling a little bit of a gap on him though. Losing time to these top two drivers still. Again, Hatterlad not close enough this run. Bringing the time down. I'm going to see Trucks B go defensive again. I don't think he needs to. Let's see, Hatterlad's not close enough to make a move into turn one. Slightly defensive right at the end of the straight. End of the Mercedes through turn two. Closes up, can he make a move down into the hairpin? All over the back end of him. No, helping each other out, still dragging each other away from the fight behind. That gap almost at 3 seconds between these top two and everybody else. Bring it back though down to 2.3 seconds. There they are, Speedy just on the back end of those two as well. Trucks B is still holding on to it. Alright, let's just have a look at fuel and tyres. What are we? Lap 8, 20 minutes in. Just 10 minutes remaining. Again, Hatter closes up on the Mercedes down into turn 1 using the slipstream. Still doesn't make a move. Just jump on board with Trucks B and have a look at his fuel and tyres. A bit less, but plenty to finish the race on. Tyres not looking too bad either. But Hatterlad on the mediums has managed to hang on to Trucks B. Oh, I say that. He's managed to hang on to Trucks B, who's on the super softs. They have got to use two different compounds of tyre, so everybody's got to stop at some point. Then Hatterlad will be on the faster tyre. Can he put it to good use? He decided to go for the halfway point so far on pit stops. Stay out again this time. Pretty much everybody else. I don't see anybody peeling off into the pits. Hatterlad is still on the hunt for this first place. He's had opportunity to make those moves, even with the slower compound of tyre on. Starting to run out wide through there again. Hatterlad closing up on Trucks B down towards the hairpin. Now alongside him, but Trucks B will have the inside line into this next turn. Gets that little half a second gap. Through there for Hatter, gets himself right on the back end of Trucks B before they're even onto this straight. Nudge up the road to start with. Yeah, still trying to get away from these Toyotas behind. Are we going to see Hatterlad go for a move here? Swings to the outside again. 17 minutes left. You donut. Trucks goes a little bit wide there. Hatterlad again closes up down towards the hairpin. Still not enough. 2.3 seconds gap to the Toyotas again. Still bumper to bumper these two. Speedy lost another 0.3 of a second. Just get it back through the hairpin. Nearly 4 seconds back to Sean in 6th. Being harassed by Britsberger at the minute in 7th. Miggins and Didon right there as well. And given any kind of mistake, unfortunately, G Marge now 5.2 seconds back in the Lexus. The threat from Millerman and off skis. Green Mamba not lost any time really, still just 3 seconds back, sorry, nearly 4 seconds back from off skis. Riley, after that damage, he's got a little bit of front end damage now as well. It's going to slow him down a tiny bit. Yeah, picked up damage early on, so he had to come in the pits. Unfortunately, he's put him a long way back in a minute. Oh, we've missed a move by Hatterlad into first. Trucks B is not having any of that. He wants to have a go down into the hairpin. Not making it work this time. Point then. Is anybody going to come in? Trucks B not happy with losing that first position, wants it back already. The inside of Hatter into this final turn. Hatter almost keeps it side by side through there. Gets it back through this final turn, then onto the start finish straight. Neither driver pitting. Mercedes versus Aston. Aston just got the legs on the Mercedes by the look of it. Into turn 1, a little wobble there for Trucks B. Sweeps back on the inside, not able to get next to Hatterlad. This battling has brought the two Toyotas right up close and personal with them, just half a second back now. Second back from the two Toyotas as well. Sean, although gained about half a second, 3.4 back now from Speedy. A little bit more time over Miggins. Miggins managed to get himself past Britsberger. Guidot, just hanging on to the back of that back. 5.4 down for G Marge in 10th. Middleman another 2.5 down. Ski's been dropped a tiny little bit from Millerman. Gets back on the rear bumper through there though. Madman not able to close any time up, but nor is Riley. Looks like he's not going to bother with that repair yet either. He could well be letting Trucks wreck his tyres, yeah. It is on the supers. And Hatter is on the mediums. Almost again, almost up the inside. Toyotas are sitting there just waiting for a tiny little mistake. Top 3 then, bumper to bumper. Hatterlad, Trucks and Sir Ian. Trucks is looking up the inside into the hairpin. Hatter has to give him room. Out. Looks like Trucks B not quite. Hatter then having the inside line, manages to hold on to it. Oh, Trucks B now under pressure from the Toyota of Sir Ian. Just got his nose up the inside into this final turn. Has to back out though. Oof. Chad into the wall. Any of these drivers going to come in? 13 minutes remaining. Okay, so top 2 come in, the 2 Toyotas stay out on the mediums. Speedy also stays out on the mediums. Sean comes in, Miggins is in, D-Dot's in, Hatterlad's in, Trucks B is in. It is the Toyotas now leading. 0.6 of a second between the two teammates. Speedy right there, just 0.9 of a second. That gap's been yo-yoing a bit between about 0.7 and 0.1, 1 second and 0.7. G-Marge then into 4th position. Again, yet to stop. Medium's not looking too bad. Hattelad back out pits in 5th. Just a set of softs on, not gone for the supers. Trucks has now got the mediums on. So now we'll see whether Hattelad's decision to use those mediums. Oh, Truck B goes a little bit wide. So this should all now be working in Hattelad's favour. 1.4 seconds between himself and Truck B. Top 4, not stopped yet. I say that as Speedy, Ian and Chad all come in. I'm going to see G-Marge come in. He's over the right side of the track. He does. So where does that bring Hattelad and Trucks B then? That final turn for Hatter. The gap was stretching 1.8 between himself and Trucks B. So he did well to hang on to Trucks B on those mediums. It's going to be close here. Hatter carrying the speed, but is it going to be enough to take Chad out of contention for this lead? It's not. Chad into race lead, and he's also on the soft tyre now. A lap newer than Hatter's. He's got a mirror full of his teammates, so Ian right behind him. Speedy also rejoins this fight. Chad peels out. Hattelad goes through though. What a move right around the outside of the hairpin. Can he hang on to it? 3 cars now vying for that top spot off him. 2 Toyotas on the same tyre strategy. Speedy's on the supers. Make short work of all 3 of these guys if he plays it right. Trucks B then pushed down to 5th. Tyre not helping him at the minute. Cars weaving up the start-finish straight to try and avoid a tow. Hattelad still leads now then. Half a second between himself and the Toyota of Sir Ian. Managed to get himself back past Chad. Speedy just hanging on to these top 3. Hatter onto the grass. Is that going to affect his run down to the hairpin? So Ian looks for a move up the inside. Hatter is a bit late from Sir Ian. It was a brave one, but it was a bit late. He's had to gather it back up on the way into the hairpin, allowing Hattelad just to hold on to this top spot for now. 9 minutes on the race clock, and they are literally bumper to bumper as they come around this final turn. Toyota's got the legs with the slipstream. Close up, maybe get this position. The gap is coming down, but I don't think it's coming down quick enough. To turn 1 they go again then. Everyone gets a little bit loose through there. That change in elevation of the track just causes everyone to lose a tiny bit of traction. Hattelad holds onto it again for another lap. Still a gap of 0.5, so Ian drifting a bit wide through there, but he had to back off the throttle. Gap now at 0.6. Chad trying to drop the toe. Oh, so Ian thinking about another move. He drifts himself a bit wide though. The gap's still at 0.6. Between these 4. So Chad getting a little tail, so not Sir Chad, BBR Chad getting a little bit tail happy out of the almost hairpin. Those gaps just stretching out a little bit. Still just within slipstream range first for Sir Ian. So Hatter holds on to it again. Let's have a run through the field then. So it is Hatter leading from Sir Ian. Chad in third, Speedy fourth, D-Dot. Well, let me go to D-Dot. Let me go to D-Dot. D-Dot in fifth. Gets himself past Trucks B. Trucks B working his way back through. Trucks down to sixth then. Wiggins seventh, Gritzberger in eighth. Sean ninth, having a bit of a lonely race at the minute. Sean G. Margin, all sorts of threat. He's got Millerman, Green Mamba and Off-Skis all looking for a position off him. Oh, he's on the grass. Controls it well. Loses all three positions to those drivers. Oh, Riley's got it wrong again. More damage from Riley. It was a trip to the pits for him, unfortunately. Sir Ian neck and neck as they run up this start-finish straight. It does look like Hatter, the Aston does seem to have the pace on the Toyotas. The Toyotas have gone high though into turn one. That's what I wanted Sir Ian. Hatter holds on to it just as well. Some Chad looking at the inside now into turn two. Oh, gets sketchy through here. So Ian looking at the inside of Hatter. Exit in turn four, down towards the hairpin now. Speedy still tucked on the back end of this fight as well. 4 seconds between these top four, and D-Dot now in fifth. 5.5 minutes remaining. Hatter still leading this one. But he's got slightly sweaty palms with these boys all over the back end. All over the back of Hatter. Can the Aston hold on to it? Just don't think. They're quick, the Toyotas, but they're just not as quick as the Aston. I'll say that as Ian looks to run around the outside of Hatter. Three wide again down towards turn two, and it is Hatter that just holds on to it again. Oh, so Ian's got wide. Oh, he holds on to it. Speedy's looking up the inside of Chad as well. It's not worked out for Speedy. Keeps himself in a viable position in this fight, but a little bit of fighting has just given Hatter a tiny bit of breathing room. 0.9 of a second now. Hatter. He's just been under pressure for a few laps. Just kicked up a little spark. Gap at 0.7 of a second. It has been a lot closer than that, so I think Hatter's safe for the time being. Chad and Speedy just half a second back from each other as well. This little mistake from any one of these drivers is going to cost them. D-Dot looking to close up, but I think it's a little bit too late for D-Dot. 3.5 minutes left on the race clock. He's got 3 seconds to try and close up on that battle in front. Gritzberger pretty close as well. That gap will come down again between Sir Ian and Hatter. What needs to be done at the minute is just keeping those two Toyotas and the Corvette of Speedy tucked behind him. All over the rear bumper around that almost hairpin, all over the bumper of him on the exit as well. Closed right back up now then. What is there? Less than a second between the top four. I just don't think that Toyota, unless it's in the slipstream, it still doesn't just can't close up enough on the Aston to make the move. Speedy in the meantime goes for the move on Chad in the background. Oh, he's got to go wide into turn 1. Chad's going to come back at him into turn 2. So Ian getting a little bit wobbly on the way in there as well. Chad takes that third position back. Speedy looking dangerous with that Corvette in the background. Oof, where are you going, Sir Ian? He's picked up a penalty far too deep through that turn, cutting it off. Loses a bit of a penalty. Chad comes through, does he? Speedy unable to follow Chad through. So Ian still holds on to that second for the time being, trying to lose that penalty off the racing line now. He's lost in 2 positions. Chad goes through and Speedy. And look at the gap that Hattalad's now got. Over a second between himself and Chad. That gap has just come down. He's got 1.5 minutes left on the clock. So he may see 2 laps. Yes, he will. He's just going to hold on to that lead then. Again, Chad's got a mirror full of Speedy, so he's got enough on his plate to worry about. Still wants to be closing up on Hatter. So Ian, after picking up that penalty, it's the only one I've seen him get throughout the race. He's now 1.7, nearly 1.8 seconds back from Speedy. Oh, wide through there as well, Ian. He's pushing hard then to try and close back up on this battle in front. So Hattalad has to maybe a little bit slower through the tighter sections in this middle part of the course. Chad all over the back of him again, just like Ian was. But again, he's got a mirror full of Speedy. Speedy was looking to get that position off of Chad on that last lap, so we'll see whether he's got the toe. It's close enough. Has the Corvette got the power? Chad looks at the inside of Hatter. He's got the line as well. Oh, Hatter just able to carry that little bit of extra speed into the turn. Chad now under all sorts of pressure from Speedy. Chad looks back at the inside of Hatter into turn 2. Again, unable to do it. Speedy right there with him. Jason Hansen, evening. Oof. Chad looking for a different line through the hairpin. Trying to get a better run on the way out into this next turn. So Ian has brought himself right back into this fight. They are all almost out of fuel. For 30 minutes, this does become a final lap then. So it does look like it's going to be Hattalad that takes this win here. Chad is trying everything he can to get the slipstream up to him before the line, but it's not going to be enough. Speedy's going to take 3rd. So Ian takes 4th position. Great bit of racing from the top 4 there. Berger taking 5th, D.6 in the end, Truxby 7th, Sean in 8th, Miggins in 9th, G. Marge in 10th, Green Mamba in 11th, Ofsky's 12th, Millerman 13th, and Riley 14th. G. Marge, evening. Not the best of races for you. Yeah, I said you would have had sweaty palms going through there, mate. Wreckfest. I didn't see anybody playing Wreckfest. Go on, Hatter. Yes, I can imagine when those Toyotas harassing you all race, that was a bit stressful. And battling out with trucks for the rest of the race. It wasn't the Toyotas, it was the Mercedes. That's your 1 win of the series done. We'll see. We'll see, Hatter. Reverse grid coming up. It is a rolling start as well. I'm not keen on the rolling starts because I think the gaps are too big, but other people quite like them. So who am I to say? It's not my league. You do what you like. All right. Everyone giving Hatter the props that he so rightly deserves. Again, well held that was, really. You know, being harassed by those Toyotas for the rest of the race. After being harassed and harassing that Mercedes for the first half of it. Yeah, great bit of racing that was. So, 5-minute break, and then we jump into race 2. It's a 15-minute sprint race, same circuit, reverse grid. What's the tyre? Yeah, what's the tyres for this next race? They still have to use 2 compounds in a 15-minuter? Come on now. But yeah, the new series, the MDCC, the Manufacturers Dual Class Championship. Round 1 done and dusted. Round 2, if you want to call it that. 1.A, A1, 2.0, whichever. The second race of round 2 is going to get underway in a few minutes. Yeah, there's some great racing there between the top 4. Big shout out to Hatter. Who was it? Hatter, BBR Ian, BBR Chad, and Speedy. Buddy Bud's also saying, yeah, under that pressure, like I say, it was pretty much from the whole race. Leading from the start, Trucks B managed to get in front, and then there was a bit of a jiggy-jaggy between those two, and then split up when they came in the pits, only to be harassed by 2 dark blue Toyotas for the rest of it. And a lurking Corvette. Right, so the time limit for the race has to be changed. 15 minutes. So it is round 1 of race 2. Rolling start, reverse grid, tyre wear settings off, so I'm assuming it doesn't matter, and no fuel either. I didn't mention that at the start, I just remembered. Oops. So just wait for everyone to get on track. There's an interesting thing. Oh, we're on the short course of the sprint as well. Okay, so a slightly different track layout. So we peel down here. Instead of turning double left, we go sort of slightly left. And then we peel almost back onto this very final straight down towards this tricky final turn. And that is about it for this circuit. I thought we were sticking on the same track, but obviously not. Yeah, not a lot to this one, but Hatter just asking whether this inside line on the left-hand side, running up the left hand of the track here with the sponsors on, is that track or is that not track? That's an interesting call. Oof, that's not the way to go either, Sean. Far too hot into turn 1. We've got someone backwards on pit lane. Who's going backwards on the track? Ha! It's Hatter. This bit, this is what Hatter's talking about. Is this bit track or not? I'm going to say this is track. Because you don't get a penalty when you drive on it, so as far as I'm concerned, have it. Well, like I say, Hatter, I'm happy to call that track because it's, you know, there's no white line to say it's not track. I don't know. It's a tough call. Inside yellow is not track. What, this bit we're on now? That's the bit we're on about, Trav. GoPro logos and stuff that we're on. Obviously, look, there's the yellow line. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Again, I think if it was illegal, PlayStation would stick a penalty zone in there, wouldn't you, or something? You know, white line, but I don't know. How are we all doing tonight anyway, people? We all good? What's happened to the other 5 watchers? Huh? We did have 15, now we're down to 10. Hope you're all dropping those likes as well and stuff. Likes and subscribes and things. And mostly telling your mates and telling your mums. Don't get anywhere without you lot, really. You know, I only promote your races. I don't promote my page as such or my channel. I'm trying to do that through you lot. Yeah, like I say, Hatta, it's a tricky one to, you know, it's a tricky one to put it because look, there's white lines for pretty much the rest of the circuit. That bit there has got a yellow line on the inside there, but I don't know. That's got sponsors. You get a penalty when you go in that bit. Should you be able to drive on that bit of track? Like I say, when you were going sort of defensive, that's where I would have expected you to be. But like you say, if it's not classed as track, then well, it's done now anyway. Hatta, you won that race. You've just got this one to contend with, and then you're not going to worry about this track again. Okay, alright, Ian Trav, Trav then just saying in the chat that in last night's Pro-Am they weren't using that bit of track. So 1 minute. Let me get this one underway. So the shorter circuit, but 15 minutes. Kick the PlayStation over again. That's not good, is it? What's going to happen next time is I'm going to miss the PlayStation completely and just skim the eject button on the disc or something daft, power button. So cutting out great chunks of the track we were on for the first race. Rolling start, reverse grid from race 1 results. So we'll see. Like I say, I'm not too keen on them because it depends which track you're at. You can end up sort of round still be stuck around a flipping chicane or something when everybody else is on the start-finish straight. So me personally, I'm not keen on the rolling starts. Yeah, exactly, Scott. But again, you know, once this race is done, it's done, isn't it? So stay off the sponsor bit, damn it. So unfortunately, after Riley picking up all that damage, he ended up at the back of race 1, so he starts at the front of race 2. So get away now, rolling starts. Go then. Riley leads, everyone slotting into the snake formation to get the best slipstream possible. So we have to now wait for drivers to catch up with one another. And here we go, Hattelad already catching up with Chad. Chad looking to make a move on Speedy there. Riley through that final turn then into this start finish straight. He's got Millerman for company. They have managed to make a little bit of a break, these two. Evening, Lucky Bucky. Evening, brother. How you doing? All right? Millerman in the Jag, closing up in the Corvette on the Corvette of Riley. Riley getting a bit squirrely through there. Millerman looks like he's going to be able to come through. Not quite. Has to drop right onto the rear bumper of Riley as they come down towards turn 2. Going to carry a lot of speed through this one this time. Going to slam the brakes on. Still Millerman behind Riley for the time being. Oof, into the wall for Millerman though, unfortunately. Green Mamba in third. A couple of drivers into the wall. G-Marge running around the outside of Ofskis. Ofskis is just going to hold on to that one though. G-Marge over the back end. He's going to be able to use the slipstream to get past. He's not in the slipstream at the minute. Drivers swerving out all over the pace in the background as well. We've got Trucks B, Sean B, Sean 22 and D-Dot side by side running this start finish straight. Holds on to 7th. Oh, Trucks drives around the outside of the pair of them. That's going to be enough. Can Sean hold on to it? No, Trucks B goes through then. Sean is all over the back of Trucks and head down towards his final turn. D-Dot under pressure from Miggins himself. Hard on the brakes, Miggins. To 11th, got himself past Speedy and Chad, and it's now Britzberger at the back of the pack in 14th. Who did I see running slow? Oh, it's G-Marge. What have you done? Front end damage. Very slow. What's going on here? Now back up to race pace, but unfortunately that delay is going to cost him. So again, it's a short sprint race here. And it is still Riley leading from Millerman. The gap between themselves and the pack behind is 3.3 seconds. Oh, Riley just clattered into the walls, picked up front end damage. Millerman goes through. Unfortunately, Riley's just going to lose a bit of speed now. Battle with himself and Millerman. That front end damage just going to cost him. The gap between themselves and now third place Ofskis is down to 2.7 seconds. Subaru versus Mitsubishi versus Jag versus Corvette. Oof. Oh! Sean got a wheel on the grass, lost it, nudging into the side of the Trucks. Unluckily, straight to the Trucks out, slowing down. Now Ian looking for the position of Trucks and Sean. Side by side with Sean through this final turn. Still side by side on the exit as well. Sean with that slightly tighter inside line holds on to it. Hatterad has managed to squeeze himself into 7th as well, all over the back end of Sir Ian. Boxes him in very much. Nowhere for Sir Ian to go. Hatterad then goes past Sir Ian, goes past Green Mamba, looks for a way past Sean. Into 5th position already then for Hatter. Still a very big pile of drivers behind. Throttle early then, Hatterad. Oh, Sean into the wall. Hatterad takes full advantage of that. Trucks B manages to get his way past Sir Ian as well. Hatterad then up into 4th position, only 3/4 of a second back from Ofskis as well. It's 9.5 minutes remaining. The gap between Hatter and Ofskis coming down. Still vying for position in the background as well. So Ian under pressure from Sean, the other way around. That's Miggins coming through the field there as well. So Hatter all over the back end of Oski's, sweeps on the right hand side. Has himself into almost striking distance between the top two. Riley is only 1.6 seconds ahead. Should make short work of him due to the damage he's carrying. He's out of the slipstream range of Millerman as well. So Hantalad's just got 3.1 seconds to try and make up to hit the race lead. He's got 8 3/4 minutes to try and do that. So Oski's in 4th, Tricks into 5th. Green Mamba, oh, sorry. Green Mamba, or is it Sir Ian? Looks like it's going to be Green Mamba that holds onto it just. It is, holds on to 6th then. Sir Ian at 7th. No, sorry, Sean's managed to get past Sir Ian. It's all changing places here then. Sean goes back forward to 7th. Now looking for the 6th off of Green Mamba as well. Side by side into this final turn. The Toyotas are almost side by side. 2. Speedy's right in the middle of this fight. So Ian having a little bit of a nudge, try and get round this turn 1, both looking for the tighter line. Kicking off here at the back of the pack. Speedy goes through, takes a position off of Sean and Green Mamba. Miggins in 11th, plows into the wall through there. D-Dot, plows into the wall as well. So does G-Marge. Nobody likes that bit of wall. Britzberger in the pits, got front end damage. And yeah, looks like he's sitting this one out. This is still Millerman leading, 1.8 seconds. Hattalad's already passed Riley. Laps as well for Hatter. 51.5. Nice to see Sean, the Northern Knob jockey, back on track. His words, not mine. It's Lucky Bucky's words, not mine, Sean. So Hatter. There's that gap between himself and Millerman down another 0.3 of a second. Riley 3rd, Truxby has managed to close up on him. Oski's pretty close as well. So Ian 2.3 seconds back, being chased by teammate Chad. Speedy and Green Mamba both into the wall there. Sean carrying the speed through. D-Dot and G-Marge neck and neck as they head down into turn 2. A bit of damage on D-Dot. G-Marge make that work to his advantage. Miggins is in the pits here as well. Again, chasing that top spot, just 0.5 of a second in it. He's going to be even closer on this start finish straight. Get down to 0.3. Still got 5 minutes on the clock as well. All over the back end of Millerman as they head into turn 1. Thinks about, he does, he chucks one up the inside. Just got his nose up the inside of Millerman. They are neck and neck as they head down into turn 2. Both drivers able to carry good speed through there. Get out of it. Don't scratch my paint. That's what I'll be saying. All still side by side through this final turn. Millerman gets a great drive out as well. They are neck and neck, but it does look like Hattalad has got the advantage through this sweeping first turn. It's not first turn, it's last turn straight, isn't it? But they are neck and neck again as they head up this start finish straight. It's a nice logo, isn't it? Into this first turn, Hattelad through, Millerman holds onto it, comes back on the exit. Gap down to 3/4 of a second. It's a good run for Millerman. Can he get the drive all the way down to this last turn? Swings back up the inside. It's going to be outside to inside. It's not going to be enough this time though for Millerman. This is a bit more speed. Gap at 0.6 of a second. Hattelad is on an absolute stomp then at the end of this one. It's come from the back of the pack. 3.5 minutes left on the race clock then. Hattelad leads, Millerman second, Trent B in for third, Offski's fourth, Riley fifth. So Ian sixth, Chad seventh, Speedy eighth, Sean ninth, Green Mamba in 10th, D-Dot in 11th, G Marge 12th. Miggins and Britzberger sitting just a bit of this race out. Not sure the damage is just. I don't know if there's any contact between any of the drivers or anything, but yeah, once you picked up damage and you've got to come in the pits or you're losing time, then it's kind of race over. Still leading pull-out time as well as Hattelad, 1.3, nearly 1.4 seconds over Millerman. Can Trucks B bring that time down? 2.5 minutes remaining, 2.2 seconds. The gap is all kicking off behind as well. Offski's under threat from Chad, he's under threat from Riley and Sir Ian. Up the inside for Chad. It's not worked out though. Offski's carries the speed through on the Subaru, but Chad managed to sweep up that inside on the exit of turn 1. It's not worked out for him this time. Down into these turns. It's tricky when you're this close. Chad's had to go wide. Riley's gone back through. So left the door wide open. So Ian's managed to get past Chad as well, but Riley's not managed to leave the door open for Sir Ian to get through as well past him. Snaking across the track again, looking for that toe. Speedy into 8th, pulled a bit of gap over Sean and Green Mamba now as well. G-Mar just got his way past D-Dot into 11th. D-Dot's got a bit of front end damage. Do anything, can he close the gap back up before the end of the race? Just a second in it between these two. It's looking good again for Hatter, 2.7 seconds the gap between himself and Miller. That gap has come down between himself and Truck Speed at 1.8 as well. 1 minute left on the clock. This will be final lap then when they cross the line. Just, yeah, I forget, sorry, it's a shorter track. So 52 seconds-ish. Final turn he goes then. Is Hatter going to get one little glory lap all to himself and whoever's just in front of him. 2 seconds left on the race clock. So it is Millerman that takes second, Trucks B takes third, so Ian is going to come home for fourth, Chad just takes fifth, Offski sixth, Riley seventh, Speedy eighth, Sean is going to take ninth position, Mamba 10th, G Marge, not over yet for Mr. Marge. Oh, might be now, oh it might be now. Maybe not, I think D-Dot was staying behind him, so I'm not sure whether D-Dot and G March had a bit of a coming together. it is going to be G Marshall that takes 11th, D. 12th. Miggins is going to take 13th, Blitzberger 14th. Hatteland comes across the line then to take the win for the second race of the evening. Great points on the board for him. And that is race or round 1 done. 2 races. Again, we're back with the GR3s next week, so the same cars, the similar models, but just the bigger aero, more power, that kind of thing, but the same manufacturers. Oof, the glitches are strong. So yes, some good racing again there tonight from these boys and girls. There you go, Hattelad back in the chat. Loved that. Yeah, it was a good race again. Managed to get through from the back to the front. 2 wins, first 2 of the season for Hatter. Let's see if we can keep it up next week. I have got a track list somewhere. Hold on. Let's try and find out where we are. Doop. That doesn't help me, does it? Oh, here we go. That one? No. That one? No. No. Oh, where is it? Come on. It is in here. Blammo. Here we go. Oh no, that's the wrong one as well. I did have a list of tracks somewhere earlier, but for some reason I seem to have misplaced it. So I've no idea where we are next week. Someone can throw that up in the chat if they want to. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you get over to Facebook and click all the like buttons on Vroom Room and D. Racing and WPR and Lone Wolf Racing and all that sort of stuff. Thank you to everybody for watching and tuning in. Again, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.